Patreon member shout out. If I could grant you one wish, I'd wish you could see the way you kiss. Oh, I love watching you, baby, when you're driving me crazy. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So, I'm not 100% sure how to title this thing, but a lot of people have been asking if I could give them any stories from my childhood, or like, how do we get to know the real... So, be advised, I do not remember too many things from before I was like 19, whether it was blows to the head from boxing. I don't have my gloves on anymore. But I'm going to try my very best. I remember this came to me while I was like sitting on a toilet. You know, if anyone remembers that GIF. Was it a Vine? I forget. It was in like 2012. Anyway, so I'm going over to myself like, no one's going to want to do this. Like, yeah, maybe people do want to do this. Nobody's going to. Maybe people want to do this. Maybe people want me to hear this. Or people want me to tell these stories. So here I go. One of them has to do when I was like 15, maybe. I was with this. I used to work since I was like 14, maybe like 13, and this is where like my obsession with like older women came. I used to work with this older woman. I'll call her Erin, and Erin was. I used to work with her, and I would have this like fantasy of like maybe in like 15 years old, 14 years, whatever, in like, you know, social studies class, and she would come up through the school. We were on like the second floor, and she'd be like, "Come on, Chavez, let's go." I was like, "Yeah," and we would like run away together. Like it wasn't even anything like crazy romantic. It's like we would just like go and like work at like other random animal hospitals, or we would work at other random places, and that's just what it would be. It was like so crazy, and she was older, and she wasn't old, like she was like 30, but anyway, yeah, she's actually the age I met her at was actually the age that I am now. So yeah, that's just something I thought about when I was younger. Like, yeah, we're gonna work and just save the animals together. Another thing that I remember is when I was, this is going way back. I was like maybe 7. I had this little play bowling set. It was like you have this little guy, and you flick like a button, and you know he launches like his bowling ball onto like these little tiny pins. And I also remember getting for like Christmas or my birthday or whatever, my uncle gave me like this gumball machine. It was filled with like, I don't know, like 50 gumballs or whatever, and I could put in like a penny and turn the thing, and then I could get like a gumball out of there. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then at some point I figured out that I could just force it and it would turn anyway and give me a gumball. So like I didn't need the penny anymore. Anyway, not that it mattered, because every time I put in a penny, I could just go underneath it, like take the penny out and put it back in. It was really stupid. Anyway, I decided like, oh, hey, in cartoons, gum is really sticky. And I was never like a really big gum, chewer. So I was like, I wonder if I could, and I was trying like mad to make this 7-10 split. Like, I couldn't do it in real life, but maybe I could do it on this bowling thing. Hang on one second, guys. Sorry about that. I had a little parcel. Look how big my hands are. Sorry. So I had these, I decided to put gum on the 7-pin and, attach it to like the 10-pin. And then I decided to be like, okay, let me go and, just throw the ball in like the middle of it and watch it go down. And then it wasn't like tight enough. So the guy threw the ball, and then just nothing happened. Like it went into the gum, and then I realized like it's just gross and sticky. Like this is dumb. This is stupid. It was like I felt ashamed of myself for having thought of that dumb idea. Speaking of dumb ideas, anyone remember like, and his name is John Cena? So I don't know what it is with me and like not impersonate things, like trying to do impressions of stuff, which admittedly I'm actually pretty good at doing some impressions, but when it comes to actual music, my voice is not like that dude from Spaceballs. Like I got the bleeps, the creeps, and the sweeps. Like that guy. It's relatively normal. I could try to make other sounds. So I was trying to do like randomly one day. And if you're not a guy, you might not get this. Where we'll randomly zone out, and it will just like we'll go to like our happy place, or we'll just be thinking about something. For me, there's an entire movie playing in my head. Like, I'm thinking of, like, there are so many thoughts going in and out of my head at any given moment, at any given second. Like, right now, I don't know why, I'm thinking of that episode of Rocko's Modern Life where he's got, like, this blender, and he's trying, like, mad to return it, and he's, like, in this warehouse of return walls, and all the people are trying to, like, nope, close, and he can't get rid of this thing. It's actually like a horror movie, because he throws it, like, in the dumpster. It comes back to him. It's like, oh my god, it's like Annabelle before Annabelle was a movie. But anyway, that's going on in my head, but instead of him trying to return it, he's trying to return a Deadpool mask, and Jim Carrey's there, and so the iCarly kids. Again, like, this is why I can talk with, like, so much content, because there's so many different things going on. Anyway, as I was zoning out one day, I was just thinking, for whatever reason, I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, whatever, and I was thinking of John Cena's, like, entrance music, like, da 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 da. So I'm at, like, a bowling alley. Like, again, I used to bowl a lot when I was younger. I got a perfect game when I was 15, and it was all downhill from there. Anyway, I'll get back to the story. So I was like, da 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 da, and I don't realize this, but, like, when I, like, daydream, sometimes it's not directly straight ahead. Sometimes I look down, sometimes I accidentally, like, zone out, and I'm looking at a very inappropriate spot. It's like, oh, should not have been looking there. But at this time, I was like this, like, and I was accidentally looking at this, like, middle-aged woman. I'm like, da, 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 da. And I don't know what she must have thought, because when I, like, came to, I'm like, da, da, and then she's looking at me, like, and I was like, oh, like, what am I going to say to that? What am I going to go and be like, man, there's nothing that you could do. There's nothing that I could say to get out of that. So yeah, that was a weird one. Just going back, I don't know which ages are the best or the worst, but this was not even when I was super young. This last one is coming from a few years ago. Jeremy Padower is saying, what is your favorite Valentine's Day stories? And this one is a Be Me story. And if you want to skip ahead, skip ahead or skip the rest of this video, this might take a little while. And also this might be rated like R. I don't know, PG-13. I'll let you know in the title. And this is from 2019. Be Me, be 5 seconds ago. Probably 30 minutes ago by the time this status is actually posted. Get a call from Kara. Kara was a girl I used to know in the military who is security forces, just one of the baddest women on the planet. Like, even nowadays, she's out, very trigger happy. And then I had this guy that I was sweet mates with. We call him Sweet Mate. Long story. Well, there was also a love triangle between us in, like, season 7 of the Chavez, whatever, telenovela or whatever you called. But I digress. There was a love triangle between us, and at this point, they were engaged, I think, or they were at least dating. Anyway, so I said, yeah, buddy, because she's on the phone. And all I hear is screaming from the other side, like, hello, and just continued screaming. And Kara screams something about white male privilege and Sweet Mate's uncircumcised. Well, I'll leave it at that. So I was like, guys, and Sweet Mate is like, just heckin' ask him. And Kara is like, is White Castle considered a date? And I was like, depends. What's the occasion? And I'll get to that in a minute. I know you have questions. And Kara's like, Valentine's Day. And I was like, yes, actually. And Sweet Mate is like, see? I heckin' told you. And then Kara's like, what? And I mean this with all my heart. The actual heck are you two talking about? And I was like, well, last year when I was dating Ava, so back in 2018, I was dating this news reporter gal, and I miss her. Anyway, I said, when I was dating Ava, your friend, Kara's friend, she said, let's go to White Castle for Valentine's Day. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. You getting some chocolate tonight, girl. And so we get there, and I'm about to go through the drive-thru because I want to go home and give her chocolate. Anyway, and she said, no, you idiot. I made reservations for us. And I was like, reservations for White Castle? And we went in, and it was heckin' beautiful. There was balloons everywhere and nice tablecloths over the tables. And then Kara cuts me off. She says, oh my God, I could smell your female reproductive organs from here. And I was like, see, Kara, you get me to answer, and then you don't like the answer. I don't know what to tell you. And then Sweet Matt says, what Chavez is trying to say is that it's a thoughtful idea, and you should be thanking me. I helped rescue, I'll call him Nacho, because the actual name they gave him was very, very racist. And then Nacho barks in the background. And I was like, who's Nacho? I'm blind over here. Give me a description. And Kara says, Nacho is our new rescue chihuahua. I was like, that is so incredibly racist. Where are you guys? Again, they called him something that I guess was named after a bean. Anywho, so Kara says, like, Nebraska. And after this job, I was hoping Sweetmate would take me someplace a little nicer than White Castle, especially considering I shaved my arms for this. And I was like, oh, lordy. And Sweetmate's like, oh, and like I wasn't the bait for the last trap we set. Like I didn't shave my arms also, so it wouldn't be like two dolphins smacking against each other while we were arm wrestling. Yes, I'm gonna continue with the arm wrestling thing. And he says, "Heckin' bite me, girl." And then Nacho barks again, and Kara's like, Kara says, like waxing that awkward turtle you call an arm is any... And I turned to cut her off, and I was like, as entertaining as it is to hear you guys describe your arm wrestling life, you know you can't keep the dog, right? And then Kara was like, why not? He enjoys the car rides and peeing behind dumpsters. He's having a heckin' blast. And I was like, and the next time someone shoots at you and hits him instead... And Sweetmate's like, yeah, that's a good point. And Kara says, well, then I shoot back and take him to a vet. I was like, okay, after your White Castle date tomorrow, head down to Utah and drop him off at Best Friend's Animal Sanctuary. Tell them I sent you. They'll comp you your room and give you a private tour. Sweetmate says, copy that, can do. And then I say, change his name to, because I don't need to get banned from there before I visit. And then Kara says, oh, fine, talk to you when I drop him off. And I say, bye, guys. And yeah, that was the Valentine's Day video. Maybe I'll... Man, I really wish I can give you guys the uncensored version. Maybe I will one day in a stream. I don't know. So those are some weird things that I did when I was a kid, and that was a weird thing that happened just a few years ago when I was still in adult, but at the end of the day, I still feel like a kid. I don't know. I still feel like I'm like 16, whereas like, you know, I'm turning on the TV and watching Fairly Odd Parents. And I know you people did that like in the 90s from like, oh yeah, cartoons like Timmy is an average kid. You know, like I love that stuff. Anyway, if anyone, I think like 30 people will watch this. But I feel like I'm getting to the point now where I can do stuff like this and people would be like, you know what, Chavez, this is actually entertaining. I actually like this more than your other videos. And I'd be like, okay, you're probably in the minority, but fair point. So let me know if you want more stuff like this. I enjoy these different types of things. Anyway, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone follow at HeyDavidDon, at KingMavsForever on Twitter. Stand Up Chart and KingMavs on the Veve app. Kobe Collects, Omi Player One, Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, all on the YouTube. You got Charles Merkel, Veve Darkling, Cavell Anderson, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. Powers of X #1 over here. Kobe Collects down here. We got at Wet Wizard Veve, Gary O at 1234CA3, and you got DerekBrad.com/pages/Veve-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org. Anyway, I love you all. Bye-bye, Daddy. I love you. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.